Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a heated controversy video. I love it. Why no one cares about Austin Theory as the mystery man. And you know what's crazy? I feel so bad for Austin Theory. I really do. I'm really hoping that when he returned right the way he did, I'm hoping that he came with a whole bunch of new stuff. I'm hoping that this man know how to cut a promo. Austin Theory's not a bad wrestler. We're not gonna say that he is. We're not gonna even put that in our mouth that he's a bad wrestler. He's far from a bad wrestler. Come on. Why no one care about Austin Theory as the mystery man?
And with another botched reveal that nobody asked for and even fewer people actually care about. Austin Theory unmasked himself on December 15th, 2025 as the mystery man who's been helping the Vision, and the Hershey crowd barely reacted. You want to know why? Because everyone with two brain cells to rub together already knew it was him weeks before the actual reveal happened.
Everybody knew on
Reports
Twitter
leaked that Theory was the masked attacker back in November after Survivor Series War Games, killing any shred of surprise or excitement that could have existed. WWE knew the cat was out of the bag, but went ahead with it anyway, dragging out this mystery for weeks when literally nobody...
As soon as, listen, I don't know if WWE, I'm sure they do, if they don't follow Twitter on what's going on, and I get it, because a lot of people are not on Twitter, right? But it did get out pretty much to everywhere on Instagram. It went everywhere. It went to Instagram, it went to YouTube, it went everywhere. Facebook, everywhere, any type of social media, it went everywhere, right? Everybody knew that it was Austin Theory. Let's say it wasn't Austin Theory at first, but it changed to Austin Theory. The moment that you guys see that the fans are catching on to who it might be, that's when you flip it. That's exactly when you flip it, thinking that it's this person, but it's not this person. It was a way bigger surprise than what you would have thought. Hell, I wish it would have been Dolph Ziggler. I wouldn't even be mad about that. I'm pretty sure everybody would have loved that it was Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is back. He's healed now. That would have put some fire into WWE. It's like, okay, everybody loves Dolph Ziggler. Let's get to Dolph Ziggler. That's what I'm saying.
He was wondering who it was anymore. The whole thing feels like someone forgot to tell creative that the internet exists, and spoilers spread faster than wildfire. But here's the real problem that goes way deeper than just leaked reports. Austin Theory simply does not have the star power to justify weeks of mystery build-up. This is a guy who was supposed to be the next big thing back in 2022 when Vince McMahon was still running creative and decided Theory was going to be his golden boy. McMahon saw him as the second coming of John Cena, personally appeared in segments with him, slapped him on television, gave him the Money in the Bank briefcase, and pushed him harder than almost any young talent in recent memory. Theory got to work with Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 38, had encounters with The Rock on SmackDown, and even defeated John Cena himself at WrestleMania 39 while defending the United States Championship. On paper, that's the kind of resume that should launch someone into the stratosphere as a legitimate main event player. Except it didn't work. Not even close. Despite all those legendary moments and all that television time, fans never connected with Theory the way WWE desperately wanted them to. The push felt forced and artificial from the start, like corporate executives decided this guy was going to be a star regardless of whether the audience actually...
And oh my God, I just realized it. They could have chose so many people to be a goddamn mystery man. Why y'all ain't do Sami Zayn? He's the ultimate babyface right now that people would never expect to fucking turn. Oh my Lord, they don't think.
Actually bought into him. His Money in the Bank cash-in attempt was an absolute disaster where he tried to cash in on the United States Championship instead of a world title, making him look like a complete idiot who didn't understand how the briefcase even works. When he finally won the US title, his reign was forgettable at best, filled with mediocre matches and zero memorable moments outside of the Cena match at WrestleMania. The selfie gimmick was annoying rather than endearing, and his promos never had the kind of edge or charisma that makes someone appointment viewing television. Then Vince McMahon retired in July 2022 due to his own scandals and hush money payments, and Triple H took over creative control. That's when Theory's stock completely tanked because Triple H clearly didn't see the same potential in him.
That was probably the best decision Triple H ever made.
This is the crucial turning point that explains why Theory's career trajectory has been so frustrating to watch. Under the previous regime, he was positioned as a future world champion and the face of the company. Under Triple H, he got shuffled into a comedy tag team with Grayson Waller called A-Town Down Under, which was fun for a brief moment, but ultimately went nowhere productive for Theory's singles career. They won the WWE Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 40 in April 20.
I'm gonna say it like this, bro. You know who I want to get a push and he deserves to be a champion one day or just be more bigger than who he is? Finn Balor. That's another person they could have had as the mystery man. It's so crazy on how... Why are the fans way better at creative than who runs it? We could give somebody we can create a whole storyline. I'm pretty sure for a whole like a logic storyline for 5 years, 10 years, and it will be perfect. Everybody would love it. You guys could have made Finn Balor it. Next thing you know, you also get what's the guy named JD, which is actually improving when it comes to in-ring, promo, everything. He's actually getting better. If you ask me, he's probably, when it comes out to development, he's more developed and he's learning quicker and getting way, way better when it comes down to Austin Theory. And what is it, JD McDonough? I'm not sure. JD something. He's with Finn Balor tag team. That could have been perfect. Now you could have given Judgment Day a bigger push. They leave Dom to join this faction, whatever. Something, they could have made something work, bro.
2024, but the reign lasted only 90 days.
They need to get rid of this man. I don't know his name.
The Street Profits before losing the belts to DIY on July 5th, 2024. That reign was completely unmemorable and did nothing to elevate either member of the team. After losing the tag titles, things got even worse for Theory. They failed to recapture the championships and ended up drifting down to NXT in September 2024 to challenge for the NXT Tag Team Championships, which they also lost.
Wow.
By this point, it was crystal clear that Triple H had no real plans for Theory and was just keeping him busy with whatever random booking ideas came to mind. Then at Vengeance Day in February 2025, Grayson Waller cost Theory a potential NXT Championship win in a triple threat match against Obafemi, teasing a breakup angle that fans actually got invested in because it felt like it might finally give Theory a meaningful singles direction.
100%.
WWE spent months building tension between them, with live crowds chanting for Waller to turn on Theory, creating organic fan interest in seeing where this story would go. But instead of pulling the trigger on the breakup angle and giving both guys something fresh to do, WWE just abandoned the entire storyline without any payoff whatsoever.
Like they always do.
On the July 21st, 2025 episode of Raw, Waller made a throwaway backstage comment to The New Day about how Theory was injured and A-Town Down Under was done. That was it. No confrontation, no blow-off match, no explanation of what happened between them. Waller immediately attached himself to The New Day as a third wheel in their ongoing story.
And that's dumb. That doesn't make sense.
Disappeared from television completely. Fans who had been invested in the breakup angle got absolutely nothing for their time and attention. Theory was then removed from WWE's internal active roster in early August 2025, listed alongside other injured performers like Zoe Stark and Ilya Dragunov, though WWE never publicly discussed.
So quick question, guys. Let me know if I'm mistaken or anything like that. So is Kofi Kingston? I see what happened on how Kofi Kingston, and the other guy, I forgot his name, how they pretty much done with Big E, and how they pretty much just got rid of him. Is Big E, like, I understand he had his issue with his neck, but do you guys think that it would be smart to bring that back with Big E might go against Kofi Kingston and the other guy? What's gonna happen there? Because it seemed like they just kicked him out the group and then that was it. It was nothing to it. It was just, yeah, you're out of our group now. Whatever, you feel me? Like, am I missing something? Let me know down in the comments if they ever did something with that storyline part.
New Day as a third wheel in their ongoing story, while Theory disappeared from television completely. Fans who had been invested in the breakup angle got absolutely nothing for their time and attention. Theory was then removed from WWE's internal active roster in early August 2025, listed alongside other injured performers like Zoe Stark and Ilya Dragunov, though WWE never publicly disclosed what injury he was dealing with or how severe it was. So Theory vanished from WWE programming for over 4 months, during which time nobody asked where he was or when he was coming back. That's the most damning indictment of his position in the company right there. When a wrestler disappears for months and fans don't even notice or care, that tells you everything about their level of importance and
I'm ready for Carmelo Hayes and
compare that to when someone like Seth Rollins or CM Punk misses
roster.
time due to injury. The absence is immediately felt and fans constantly ask when they're returning. Theory's absence created zero buzz, zero speculation, and zero demand for his return because he had been booked so poorly for so long that people were perfectly fine without him on their television screens. Then at Survivor Series War Games on November 29th, 2025, a masked man interfered in the main event men's match, attacking CM Punk with a super kick and stomp that allowed Bron Breakker to hit a spear and secure the victory for the Vision's team. The masked attacker used Seth Rollins' signature stomp finish, which was supposed to add intrigue since Rollins had been kicked out of the Vision due to injury. This mystery man continued continued appearing over the following weeks to help the Vision members win matches, building toward an eventual reveal. But here's where WWE's planning completely fell apart. Within days of Survivor Series, fans on social media had already figured out it was Theory based on his body type and build. The mystery was solved almost immediately by anyone paying attention.
Yeah, they found the same day.
WWE kept dragging it out week after week, like they still had some big secret to protect. By the time December 15th rolled around and Theory finally unmasked himself on Raw, the Hershey crowd's reaction was described as muted, subdued, and anticlimactic by multiple wrestling outlets covering the show. Some fans chanted Theory's name at the end when Bron Breakker speared CM Punk to close the show, but the overall response was nowhere near the level of excitement WWE was hoping for with weeks of mystery build-up. The reveal happened during the main event where Logan Paul beat Rey Mysterio with Theory's interference, and when Theory pulled off his mask in the crowd, fans barely reacted because they had known it was him.
But no one cared.
Yahoo Sports, CBS Sports, and multiple wrestling websites all know.
I literally just said that. You would have thought that, okay, it's getting around pretty quickly the same day that it happened on who it possibly is. People already knew. That should have told you right off rip. Get somebody who kind of resembles him just a little bit, or do something a little bit different with the mask. That's all they had to do. They could have did so many people and it would have worked out. It could have did Dolph Ziggler, right? Which he did a one-off and it didn't matter no more. It could have did goddamn Dolph Ziggler. It could have did goddamn Montez Ford. Why not? Dolph Ziggler, Montez Ford, Sami Zayn, somebody off the wall. It didn't matter. They could have did so many people to replace the Austin Theory. If people are telling you who it is, and it's spreading that fast, that should have told you, oh my God, we gotta change this. They already know. It kills the whole hype. That's like having a goddamn birthday party for your son, and he knows that you're gonna get him a goddamn PS9 or whatever, right? You literally took this man to GameStop and he's seen the box, PX9, and it showed up as a PX9. You could have had it as the box the whole time. It was an Xbox One.
How flat the reveal fell with both the live crowd.
Hell, give it to Rhea Ripley. It didn't matter. Shit.
And viewers watching
at home. Oh my God.
The fundamental problem is that Theory doesn't have the credibility or star power to make this reveal feel
important
or exciting. He's been booked like a geek for the past 2 years, bouncing from failed pushes to comedy tag teams to complete irrelevance. His last significant moment before disappearing was Big E calling him dead weight on television, which is exactly how WWE's booking has made fans perceive him. When you spend years telling your audience that someone isn't a big deal through your booking decisions and then suddenly try to position them as a major player in an important storyline, fans see right through it. They remember all the times this person has failed to connect or been treated as an afterthought, and they don't suddenly forget that history just because WWE wants them to now care about a character they've spent years telling them not to care about. Looking at the Vision stable that Theory has now joined makes the disconnect even more obvious. You've got Bron Breakker, who is legitimately being positioned as a future world champion and has the intensity and presence to back it up. Bronson Reed is a credible monster heel who feels dangerous and impactful whenever he's on screen.
And you know what's so crazy about this? I feel like if this was gonna go on, is that Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker will eventually become a champion, and Bronson Reed is gonna be his side partner. But eventually, I feel like that something's gonna happen between them two. I feel like that they're gonna end up going against each other, and they're just gonna just go from there eventually. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. Bron Breakker is more than likely projected to be our next champion.
Logan Paul is a legitimate mainstream celebrity who brings outside attention and can actually work solid matches despite being a part-timer. And then there's Austin Theory, who feels completely out of place among that group because his booking history doesn't match theirs.
Exactly.
He hasn't been presented as someone on their level.
Exactly. They got too much star power. It's not even star power, but they got too many next up people. They got too many next up people that Austin Theory doesn't fit. Yes, he doesn't have a star power, but he does not fit in this category. Another thing too I would love to happen is, let's say, okay, what they say, you got Bron Breakker, you got Bronson Reed, you got Logan Paul, Um, you got Austin Theory. What's that? 4 people that they got now. I would love if they're all just champions. Have Logan Paul and Austin Theory maybe have Austin Theory and Logan Paul be tag team champions maybe. Have Bronson Reed be a goddamn United States champion or Intercontinental champion. It doesn't matter. And have Braun Breaker a goddamn World Heavyweight champion. If they all hold gold, that would be lit.
Putting him alongside them doesn't
fire.
elevate Theory, it just makes the stable feel less cohesive and unified in terms of star power and presentation. Paul Heyman being involved as the mouthpiece of the vision should theoretically help Theory, because Heyman is one of the greatest talkers in wrestling history who has elevated countless performers over his career. But even Heyman's magic has limits when the person he's managing has been damaged by years of inconsistent booking and failed pushes. It's going to take exceptional storytelling and long-term commitment from WWE to rehabilitate Theory's character and make fans care about him again, and based on their track record with him, there's little reason to believe they'll follow through with that kind of sustained focus.
They might
the Austin
not.
Theory Masked Man reveal perfectly encapsulates everything wrong with WWE's approach to building new stars under the current regime. They take someone with potential, push them inconsistently without clear direction, give up when the audience doesn't immediately embrace them, shuffle them around aimlessly for a while, and then try to repackage them as if all that negative history doesn't exist. Fans aren't stupid. They remember how this person was presented before, and they need to see actual effort and commitment to it.
That's why I said that, bro. Perfect example, right? I'm gonna give it to you like this. And this is so weird for Austin Theory. It feel like that it's not gonna even fit. We've seen countless times on somebody who dominates the ring and they get like a significant push. Now they're a big superstar. We've seen with Roman Reigns. I do feel like that Austin Theory has room for development, but his background is just so horrible. His track record is so horrible. It's not his fault, but his track record is so horrible to the point that whatever they're trying to do with Austin Theory, no one will care. For example, look at Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns could not cut a promo to save his damn life. He couldn't. John Cena literally exposed him for that, but he was great in the ring. Once Roman Reigns got better at promos, talking on the mic, that's when he was able to elevate. And I'm hoping that this is the same case with Austin Theory. He's not a bad wrestler, but when it comes down to promos, he doesn't got it, right? I'm really surprised that they're even pushing Gunther because he's not even good at promos. He got this whole, he only has this whole hype right now. Don't get me wrong, I like Gunther as a wrestler, but when it comes down to him being a big superstar like they're trying to make him to be, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
New direction before they'll reinvest their time and emotional energy. Theory coming back as the mystery man should have been a huge moment that reignited his career and gave him a fresh start.
Yeah, but no one cares.
Instead, it landed with a thud because WWE has spent years training their audience not to care about Austin. Theory and changing that perception requires more than just putting a mask on him for a few weeks and calling it character development. That's why nobody cares about this reveal, and that's why Theory's career will likely continue spinning its wheels unless something drastically changes in how WWE books him going forward.
That's why I said that, bro. It's not his fault. It's not his fault, chat. Trust me, it's not his fault. But the way WWE made this man to be, it's gonna be what ruined it. Comment down below, man. What do you guys think in the comment section, bro? Comment down below who you guys feel like who should have been the mystery man. Comment down below.